Listen, if you're asking, is plural marriage or polygamy good for society? I'm going to tell you, it has to be. And because you're never going to stop it. And the reason you're never going to stop it is because there's two things going on. Men are polygynists. We want to have one more woman, no matter how programmed we are for monogamy. And so you're always going, as long as you have hypergamy, that's the word. As long as you have polygamy, you'll have hypergamy. And as long as you have hypergamy, you're going to have polygamy. And I don't want to get into this because it's a very sexist word. You know, everybody makes a joke about that. And the strongest monogamists still go, hubba hubba, when a good looking woman goes by. There's still a biological nature, and it's all been proven out, as far as I can tell accurately, by modern evolutionary psychology. As long as there's a woman out here who wants this married man is going to want polygamy. Nature endorses it, and I'm not going against the book, the Doctrine and Covenants in section 132. I've unraveled my polygamy, but I still support those people trying to do it.
Kody's Delusions and Bankruptcy Bonanza. Incels, MRAs, MGTOWs, and Red Pillars are all aboard the hypergamy hype train, convinced that women are hardwired to chase after men perched on higher social rungs. But, plot twist, the number crunchers tell a different story, with nearly 40% of women out-earning their partners, turning the hypergamy theory into nothing more than a fanciful myth. In a twist that turns traditional roles on their head, it's increasingly common for women to be the ones bringing home the bacon, with some even playing the role of the lone financial pillar while their partners contribute nada to the household coffers. The evolution is stark, with the percentage of women outpacing their partners' earnings, jumping from under 25% in 1987 to a robust 38% today, a resounding thumbs down to the hypergamy hypothesis. According to the Hypergamy Handbook, such scenarios should be as rare as a unicorn in a city park, with women supposedly ready to leap at the first sniff of a more affluent suitor. But lo and behold, reality begs to differ. Dive into the data pool, and you'll find that women earn the lion's share. The script flips. It's the men who are 5 times more likely to play the infidelity card. So much for jumping ship. It looks like the men might be the ones eyeing the lifeboats. These quirky concepts they concoct, like hypergamy, monkey branching, and the rest of the zoo, paint every woman with the same broad opportunistic brush. It's as if they're scripting a wildlife documentary where women are the cunning predators on the prowl. The real agenda? It's a sneaky ploy to flip the empathy switch to off and greenlight a buffet of justifications for mistreating women, serving up a twisted narrative that's more fiction than fact. The philosophy of the OG3 Wives is like a big, inclusive group hug for all of existence, whereas Robber and Greedy's approach is more like playing a game of societal limbo, seeing how low they can go in sidelining an entire gender just to hit their high score in self-interest. It's absurd that this brand of gender-based disregard gets swept under the rug instead of being spotlighted like the outrageous performance it truly is. In an interview with Mormon Discussions Inclusive, or Mormonism Live, Kody Brown shared his belief that most women are after financial stability and social status, essentially branding them as gold diggers. He even tagged Robin as his diesel gene model, who was eager to be part of his clan, buying into his vision. Kody then spins his narrative further, claiming polygamy still holds water because, according to him, it's every man's desire and every woman's gold-digging nature. In this grand generalization, he inadvertently ends up classifying Robin under the very label he casts over all other women. Kody Brown calling all women gold diggers? That's like a sloth lecturing on the importance of a cardio workout. Pot, meat, kettle. Kody's take on gold digging is as laughable as a penguin in a hula skirt, especially considering he's been mining the gold from his ex-wives like a prospector in a gold rush. He didn't just dig for gold, he excavated their youth, their fertility, their lifetime earnings, retirement funds, and real estate equity like he was building his own Fort Knox. Talk about a financial fitness regime. Kody's been doing heavy lifting with everyone else's assets. It seems the only gold medal Kody should be awarded is for the most ironic comment of the century. The man's turned gold digging into an Olympic sport, and yet he's handing out judgments like he's the referee. Now, if that's not a comedy goldmine, I don't know what is. The financial follies of the Sister Wives Brown family could easily be its own reality spin-off. Bankruptcy Bonanza. Kody Brown, alongside his quartet of ex-wives, had been making wallets weep and viewers gasp with their head-scratching money moves for seasons on end. Now, with the trio of partners having exited stage left, the rumor mill is buzzing with predictions of an economic encore for Kody and his long-standing Lady Brown, Robin. The specter of bankruptcy looms like a ghost from the Christmas past, eyeing the Browns like an old friend. As we stroll down this debt-ridden memory lane, one family member remarkably remains a stranger to the bankruptcy bench, standing out like a financially savvy unicorn in a herd of spendthrifts. Listen on to find out more. Long before Janelle Brown decided to part ways with Kody in 2022, she was the mastermind behind the family's financial strategy. Despite her frequent on-screen declarations of being a penny pincher on Sister Wives, Janelle wasn't immune to the occasional financial fiasco. Indeed, a mere 4 years into her spiritual union with Kody, Janelle found herself navigating the choppy waters of bankruptcy, proving that even the most frugal among us can hit a financial iceberg when under the leadership of a financial joker like Kody. Sarcasm dug up the financial dirt on the Browns. If you're hearing some sounds in the background, that's my white calico, rubbing sounds in her bed or something. Anyway, so yes, sarcasm dug up the financial dirt on the Browns, unearthing Janelle's 1997 bankruptcy files like a relic from a bygone era. The documents painted a picture of Janelle drowning in a $20,000 debt, with $12,000 of that tied up in the high-stakes world of credit card roulette. With her monthly income barely scratching the $400 mark, Janelle decided to pull the bankruptcy parachute. While she might have been the pioneer in the family's bankruptcy saga, she certainly didn't close the curtain on that chapter. Back in 2005, Kody and Mary Brown decided to tango with bankruptcy together. Sorry, that was a notification on my phone. I'll continue. Mary and Kody continued showcasing their unity in the financial turmoil as the legally vetted pair. Their ledger told a tale of monthly earnings around $5,000, overshadowed by the grander performance of spending over $6,000, turning their budget into a high-wire act without a safety net. Mary and Kody's financial high-wire act was in full display in their bankruptcy documents. They were juggling a financial circus of car loans, a duo of mortgages, and a staggering mountain of credit card debt, peaking at $80,000. Before the Sister Wives spotlight, Kody was navigating the sales scene, while Mary dipped her toes into part-time youth services. Janelle, on the other hand, was marching to the beat of a state job in Utah, and Christine played ringmaster at home, orchestrating the day-to-day for their bustling troupe of 12 kids. That same year also marked the grand debut of Christine's sixth and final curtain-closing kiddo, Truly. Christine Brown clinched the title of the family's most recent bankruptcy filer. She took her financial plunge in 2010, coinciding with the year Sister Wives first graced TV screens. Dug up by sarcasm, her bankruptcy papers revealed a monthly income of $2,300, a patchwork quilt of funds stitched together from Kody, her partner in the paperwork parade, and a helping hand from government assistance. Christine's financial woes mirrored those of Kody, Mary, and Janelle, with a whooping $22,000 on her $25,000 debt tally racked up on a plethora of plastic cards. At the time, she frantically batted her eyelids, waving the white flag to bankruptcy court. Christine's ledger was a who's who of creditors featuring the most popular household brands like Best Buy, Home Depot, and a lineup of banks, all waiting their slice of the credit card pie. Fast forward to the present, and Christine's financial phoenix has risen from its ashes. She's now relishing life in Utah with a fresh start and a fresh new beau and a bank account that's finally breathing easy. Now that she's rid herself of the bloodthirsty vampires, robber, and greedy. Sister Wives aficionados have consistently thrown shade at Robin Brown for her lavish expenditures and the hefty bag of debt she toted into her union with Kody. Tying the knot in 2010, she didn't just bring love to the table, she brought a staggering $30,000 debt pile along for the ride. The family's collective kitty was tapped to settle the scores, even tackling a sumptuous tab from none other than Victoria's Secret. The ease with which Robin portrayed her ex-husband as the villain, predator, and perpetrator, and herself as the victim, tells me it was not her first time coloring him in a false light. It makes me wonder if she was already cheating in her previous marriage, possibly having secret affairs which would justify the colossal investment in Victoria's Secret lingerie that led to massive debts from Victoria's Secrets. It was also a known fact that she would hide her shopping addiction and shopping conquests or merchandise purchased from her ex-husband. Was she already following her mom's footsteps? Robin's mom similarly abandoned her first husband, ran a smear campaign against him, alienated his bio kids, including Robin, from her bio dad by spreading fake rumors about him, and became a successful homewrecker, wrecking the legal marriage of another woman. That secret and clandestine affair partner, who later on became Robin's stepfather, is the guy Robin addresses as her dad from St. George. I've always wondered if there was a train of men Robert secretly entertained with her Victoria's Secrets merchandise, whose existence or identities were possibly never revealed on national television. If that is true, I think Robert got away with hiding all those other men because they were all probably married men too who didn't want to end their existing stable and reliable marriage over a booty call or no strings attached situationship with an unstable homewrecker robber. Rumor has it she was in a full-fledged secret affair with the married man Kody when Kody got caught by one of the wives, and at the same time, Christine's campaign for polygamy clicked and this polygamous family landed a TV show, which is when Kody decided to make things official with Robin and bring Robin onto the show as a fourth wife. It was an affair right from the day it began, and Robin's relationship with Kody continued along the footsteps of her own homewrecker mother. It took the OG three wives 13-plus years to come to terms with the reality of the post-affair status of the decade-long limbo in their polygamous marriage, because Christine led the way to the mass exodus of all the OGs away from the cheating husband, criminally neglectful father, and his selfish home-wrecking sugar baby, finally to the relief of all of the OGs. That's what happens when one is born into a grooming culture like polygamy, where their belief system dictates that the husband leads the way as the god of the family into the celestial kingdom, and this is his role indefinitely for eternity. That is why polygamy is dysfunctional and toxic, because unchecked power can turn dangerous without checks and balances. Kody really ought to have been juggling a trio of jobs, clocking in round the clock, or at the very least put a pause on expanding his already bustling brood. But nope, he's been lounging in the lazy lane, a classic move in these off-the-grid cult scripts, where the guy wears the crown and the ladies are left to hustle the kingdom. And then when the TV spotlight hit, why did he decide his workday calendar looked too full? They were still strapped for cash, living large on a not-so-large budget. Here's a grown man, north of 40, with a soccer team's worth of kids, and he decides it's time to hang up his work boots? Kody ought to be donning a dunce cap, not a crown. He's less of a king and more of a royal pain. He's been the real princess in this fairy tale gone wrong. The wives were all under the spell, believing they'd hit the jackpot with the modern polygamist hubby championing their career ambitions. But surprise, surprise, it was just a clever ruse, a fresh twist on the old control game. Their hard-earned bucks then lined their pockets. They fueled the family machine, giving Kody a free pass from the burden of breadwinning. Cheers, Janelle and Mary, and the trials of childbearing or child rearing. Hat tip, Christine and Mary. While he played at being passable in both roles with the OG kids, he all but ghosted them when Robin entered stage right, showcasing a devoted side they hadn't seen before, reserved exclusively for her and her brood. And what's the secret to this blissful responsibility-free existence? Why, a trio of wives doubling as super nannies, of course. They are the muscle behind the scenes doing the real adulting, earning the dough and wrangling the kids, while Kody and Robin waltz through life savoring the sweet taste of leisure, courtesy of their unwitting benefactors. Ah, the joys of family life when you're not the one doing the heavy lifting. Robin holds the unique title of being the sole family member who hasn't danced with bankruptcy. Yet the Sister Wives fan base is buzzing with predictions of Kody's financial future taking a nosedive. Now that Robin and Kody are a legal duo, she'd be roped into any bankruptcy tango they might have to perform. With the financial safety net previously woven by Janelle, Mary, and Christine now unraveled, the prospect of a fiscal freefall seems more like an impending plot twist than a distant possibility. The family's land saga reads like a financial comedy of errors. Clutching 14 acres of dreams, Kody once aired his nonchalance on an episode, brushing off the size of each plot in the quip that their values were identical twins on the appraisal front. Then came Christine's dramatic exit, flipping her slice of Coyote Pass back to Kody for a whooping $10, a real estate deal that would make a Monopoly player blush. Fast forward to a twist in the tale. The Sun spilled the beans that Janelle and Kody, despite parting ways in January 2023, had managed to settle the tab on 2 parcels for a cool $340,000. It's like a land-themed soap opera where the plot thickens with each turn of the shovel. Sister Wives aficionados were left scratching their heads when the plot twist of the century dropped. Despite Janelle and Kody squaring away debts for their own and Robin's parcels, the land was still teetering on the edge of a for sale sign. As Thanksgiving loomed, In Touch magazine waved a bill in Kody's face, tallying up a cool $4,858.73 in unpaid property taxes. The plot thickens, with Kody reigning over 5 parcels, 3 of which he shared ownership with Robin. The financial roller coaster didn't stop there. Kody, apparently no visit with a calculator, was juggling a jigsaw of late property taxes with amounts like $539.24, $890.15, and $1,292.42 buzzing around like pesky flies at a picnic. And this was just 1 month ago, around Christmas. Mary and Janelle found themselves in the mix too, co-owning the 4th parcel with a balance of $1,246.77 hanging over their heads. And there was Kody again, this time with Janelle, staring down at $890 for the 5th parcel. Tick-tock, tick-tock, the clock's counting down for Kody to clear his dues or kiss the land goodbye. Meanwhile, Kody's navigating these financial rapids like a captain without a compass. If he doesn't muster up a financial life raft very soon, he's set for a plunge into the deep end of mortgage default. The latest episodes revealed his reluctance to loop Mary into the land division, an oversight that now bites back with Mary waving goodbye to the marriage. Kody's in a pickle, facing not only the daunting task of buying Mary out of the land, but also the looming mountain of debt. Oh, that's another notification from my phone again. Moving on. It's hard to picture a scenario where Kody dodges this financial typhoon unscathed. That's all from me today, everyone. Talk to you another time on another video. Peace out.